Another important function of the monitoring center is the analysis. So generally on the top here, you select which profile you want to run your analysis of. So whether there will be pre-applied some filters. You can set up the time interval, which is actually relative to this top chart here. So you can say last 3 months, and as you can see, it will actually refresh. It will take some time. I should probably, and you can select that, or of course you can do just last 12 hours, which is generally fine. Also, you can slide here just to get to the right day, or you could always focus more on the latest data. If you actually increase it, then there are this button, so like this one will move you to the current timestamp if there is any change, or you can just move by 5 minutes like this. Also, some already zoom in, I cannot zoom out, and there is option to change axis, zoom in by selection, zoom with the scroll wheel, so you can do some changes here. When we run then the analysis, either you can do it by changing the time here and then run, or you can say, okay, I have selected the time frame. If I hover over it and right click, I have these options for top 10 statistics by different means, and also first flow. So first, let's have a look on conversation IP. So you can see you get the results, and then you can drill down even further. So you say, okay, I'm interested in this IP address, for instance. So I say, okay, show me 20 flows of this IP address, and you get it, the answer. Of course, you can further type any filters you might be interested in. So you can say this IP and not port 80 because we are not interested in HTTP communication, for instance. And you will see what other kind of communications are there. Also, whenever you find what you want to share with someone else, you have option on top here to generate a PDF, which will take some time, and prepare this page as a PDF and print it into, or create the PDF settings out of it. I will just abort it now because it might take some time. Then there is option, as you can see this chart, to switch between traffic, packets, so number of packets per second, and flows, so number of flows received by the different sources. And also at the bottom here, you have option to say, okay, all the traffic, TCP only, UDP, ICMP or other, so anything which doesn't fall into these categories. And then you can select also the channels which you want, so you can say all, none, or just say, okay, I'm curious about this one only. Then you have option when you select some time frame, even the last 5 minutes, to get this channel statistics. So it will tell you for all of them, even those not selected, how much is there for various things. So how much traffic, packets, and flows. And also you can observe the NPMD statistics for the time slot. So you can see the average round trip time, server response time, jitter, and retransmissions. Then when you select longer time frame and do some conversation statistics on it, you can do, okay, I will delete this filter as well, because otherwise we will have just one channel. So let's do this. And you can switch this chart to show in time, which will basically generate what we are seeing here in the time frame. So you can see how much has been transferred by various things, and also you might find more, because now it's stock chart, so you have one value above another, but you might find out interesting more, like for instance here we see that this blue line, right, if we say none and just this one, it was pretty steady transfer for the selected period of time. And while the others, if we don't say other, were usually shorter. So if you are after something to understand how much has been transferred by a specific IP, how long, this could be valuable function. And then you can switch between those two charts by this toggle chart button. You can of course aggregate by many other details, like whatever you like. So you can say, I'm interested also to see source VLAN there, for instance, or something like that. And in case you are using a bigger amount of data, you might want to use the sampling, so it will use just 1 in 10 flows for the computation. Also, the option here is to say use selected channels or use all channels in the profile. So in case you don't have all channels visible, which you might change here, so you can see I don't have the PS probe here. If I want to say, okay, let's use all the channels, I don't need to do that. And you might then say, okay, I want to sort it by some other means. So flows, packets, or some NPM metrics, it's up to me which I will choose. Then for the list of flows, you can do aggregation as well. In this case, it wouldn't be with shard. So if I do just source destination, just quickly to show you how the aggregation will look like, it will aggregate these values for me. The important thing is that you usually want to choose which output is important for you, so you get the values which you are really after. So either when you are doing something new, you can just modify one is existing there. You can see what these means. You can move them around. If you hover them, you will see them on top, and you can just click them and they will be added to the table below, or you could save it as a new item. There are some default which are present in the system based on the protocols and a few other things, so you can use these as well. And as you can see with the aggregation, this protocol, source port, everything which I not added to the aggregation is 0, so that might confuse you, but that's how it works. So if you want to have it aggregated by something and see the values, then you need to add it to aggregation as well. Here you can also sort it by start time of flow or by some other mean, end time, flows, packets, NPM metrics again. And if you run here unlimited output, it will actually just create the output right here. So you can see here are the previous results, which I can always just go back, like by clicking, I will run the same thing and get back. And I can also export the output. So just this, whatever is below, whatever I found into TXT, CSV file, PDF, or save it for later. So you can have up to 10 saved results here. Also, in case you would like to do some analysis like this in command line or use it for some script, you can get the exact command for a CLI nfdump command. So you can see the output configuration, what is actually requested, what is the filter, because I selected other, so you can see the filter automatically pops in as a not proto TCP, proto UDP, proto ICMP, or proto ICMP6, right? So it will automatically exclude those which I didn't want to see here.